I got a really nice beer.
You got a nice beer. Well, welcome back. We are live. Hopefully,
Hello.
people can tune in here and check it
Change.
out. Ah, hey, a little retweet action. Oh my God, we're back.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Welcome. It's been 6 days since we streamed.
Oh, that's a
Well,
lot.
since I streamed anyway. It's been a minute for you. It's been like 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
you got the voice. There he is, up in the top left corner. Ataxia NQ. He's back from swimming with turtles or dolphins or something,
Sharks.
man. Sharks,
That was
sharks. Yeah,
definitely a shark.
it was a shark. Welcome back, Carolina Sticks. What's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in at all hours. I appreciate it. We are live in a bunch of places right now. We got Periscope, we got YouTube, we have Twitch. We got three places all at once. Silver Links, good evening to you. Thank you for joining in. JOV, what's up? And he is back. Oh my God, Carlos, tell us about swimming with sharks and turtles and stuff, man.
Man, I mean, I was joking with my girlfriend when we went there that everyone says like, oh, that place is such a treasure. It's the best thing in the country, in the world, whatever. And then you go there and it really is.
Come on.
Like it really is. I mean, there's no like you end up in places where it's like, all right, this is like perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and it was cool because not only that, but the people there are actually talking crypto, and I was really excited by it. Like I was talking with a fisherman, and the guy is like, "Yeah, we're exploring decentralized options to get blockchain certificates for our fish," and I'm like, "What?"
All right, so you're telling me not only were you in the Galapagos Islands swimming with sharks and hanging out with fishermen, but they are crypto literate in the Galapagos Islands. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I have an NFT that
Okay.
I'm going to mint and do a drop from a video that I was given to by my uncle who lives there, and it's a like a scuba diver. It's a very cool video. I think you've seen it.
Maybe. I don't know. That's not ringing a bell. That seems like something that I would remember.
Let me forward it to.
All right.
We can show it. We can actually show it to you.
Send it to me on Telegram. It'll be easier.
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you a second.
All right. Well, while Carlos is sending us a uh, video of somebody doing something, we'll check in with Bitcoin, who,
Mm.
oh my God, what a day today.
What's it at?
It's at
Wow.
63.3. Yeah, it's not bad.
I already sold Bitcoin at $66,000. my
Yeah, well,
my strudel Bitcoin.
that's right.
I'm ahead of you guys.
How? Yeah, well, we should get into that. I never go and post in the Strudel Telegram. I feel like people would actually tune in if I did. But yeah, it's quite a turnaround on Strudel. Pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean we got help from a few friends, um, and big wallets, and we've been working hard at it. That's actually the only thing I was still doing while I was in the Galapagos, helping get strudels. Uh,
That was your
help the pick. Yeah, that was me.
that was your
That was
only
me.
work during the time. Nice.
Yeah, buying strudels and bitcoins.
I like it. I like it. I mean, that look. This was $1.26 to $5. You've resuscitated the project. I mean, we all knew that it had
Again.
yeah good fundies. Yeah, again. I mean, I don't even have the Uniswap pair up. I'll pull that up so people can see. Here's Carlos rescuing it the first time from 1 penny to $15. What's up, XO? Welcome back. Let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. Let's put the stacked labs emojis in the chat. Did you see those last time? Look at
No.
look at that. Pretty sweet, huh?
Let me check the chat. I have to look at the chat because
There it
I'm looking
is.
at the Discord.
Yeah. We got some cool stuff now. Yeah. So I mean, for you to work with Kino and take this over and go from, I mean, this has been all this year too. We're only 4 months into the year, and that was January of this year. Went from 1 penny to $15, back down to $1.76. I guess was the low, and then we hit what, $7 yesterday. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's a Virgin Mint.
That is the Virgin Mid. I pointed it out. I sent you the chart. I sent you
Yeah.
the chart. But yeah, obviously we got a lot to talk about from you being gone. Abel Tom, what's up? He's got the cat
Hey
emoji.
Tom.
Good to have you back. We
Tommy
got.
Tom.
I didn't even like send out the YouTube link, but there's nobody watching on YouTube. We got people watching on Periscope though. So yeah. What are your thoughts on this before we hop into like all the usual stuff that we talk about, alt havens
Oh!
and
I have to tell you something. About that. Yeah.
oh, okay.
I have some. I had a call today
Okay.
with someone who basically he told me that he was like in cahoots with the miners everywhere, right? Like
Okay.
he's like he's like, all right, I'm in the room with the miners. I know these guys, and they are saying that the top is in, right?
The
And
top is in. Bitcoin miner saying this.
right. He's actually panicked, really panicked because of it. Like he's like, "Oh, the top is in, the bear market is gonna come, and what are we gonna do?" He's invested in Cereals, and he's like, "What's your strategy when everything goes to hell and like we have to run for to the hills?" I'm like, "Dude," and they're like. They're saying that the Coinbase IPO is the exit signal or whatever, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, have you heard of Ethereum, friend? And I mean, it's just their macro thesis is that basically uh, because of all the hype, the top is in before, but I think it's just ridiculous because of the demand like that we're experiencing. Like Coinbase IPO is just gonna make it worse.
Well, I'm not saying the top is in. Like I would never say that. I think people who have tried to call the top in the past have like gone down in history as being some of the biggest idiots out there. So I would not say that. Tom in the chat says on-chain metrics show that miners stopped selling. Hasbliss, welcome. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, bro.
So I would never say that. However, I did have the thought today, as Bitcoin and Ethereum were both ripping in unison, which hasn't happened in a while. But to your point, Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin today, or yesterday, I guess, since the day already changed for UTC. It looked a little too good to be true, which made me nervous.
Right.
So that's where I don't think it's the top. Although I do think there is a reason to be cautious right now. And Green Lantern, what's up, buddy? And that reason is people will take a narrative and exploit it in the near term, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if people are going to say that Coinbase IPO is the top, and enough people start thinking that, all it takes is a couple market makers for a couple hours to really rinse some people and create some fear in the market. And then you don't know what's going to happen for a day, 3 days, 5 days, a week. You don't know.
Right.
So I would not go as far as to ignore that completely, but I would certainly not say it's the top.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like in general, the top can't be in before like the other tokens really pump. I mean, like XRP is just had its like stupid run, right? And
Right.
Dodge.
Right.
But like, what about Uni? Uni's not $300 yet. What about Aave? I mean, they've been all like condensing for like 3 months,
Yeah.
and I don't know. What
Uh,
about Link?
Look, when I look through everything that I look at as indicators, like this looks. I just pulled up Aave, and you have my screen, but it might be a little bit
Mhm.
behind. I mean, this is not blown off, right? Like I think everybody kind of feels that a blow off top will be the end of it. Like, are we? Are we saying that this move over the course of a day in Bitcoin it was 6.5%? That's the blow off top. Is that what we're saying?
That was the start of it.
Like I'm not buying that. I don't buy it at all. Hasbliss in the chat says Coinbase IPO is just the beginning. The beginning of the final stage. Is that your thesis, Hasbliss? I would be curious to know how people are looking at this because you're right.
You know
It
what chart has been kind of shocking to me? The DXY. It's kind of brutal, kind of like R-rated.
kind of like R-rated. Yeah.
R-rated.
I mean, I had this box drawn from a stream we did a long time ago, or this might have been one of my solo streams. Like people saying, well, DXY had its bottom, it could rip back up. I don't think this area is overtaken lightly. So like it didn't even get there. It didn't even get to the virgin mid, and it
Yeah.
rejected back down. So that's a little interesting. Hasbliss, when I asked the question, said it's the beginning of mainstream adoption, is what the Coinbase IPO is. Is it?
Why
I don't know.
not? I mean, Paypal's around.
Yeah, but like, what does mainstream adoption mean? Okay, like it's a buzzword, and Hasbliss, I'm not picking on you.
But
I want you
here's
to.
what mainstream adoption means. I
Yeah,
was talking to the taxi driver the other day. I was telling him to buy Bitcoin.
in Galapagos.
Fucking everywhere.
Okay.
That's the point. That's the point. I mean, they all should start using their salary to buy fucking Bitcoin and have
We
some,
we got
like
TikTokers
everyone.
shilling Binance Smart Chain coins. Yeah, I mean like that's so all right. So Exodiv in the chat says we have TikTokers shilling Binance Smart Chain coins. Mainstream is here. It's
The
I
question
think
is more
go
like
ahead.
who should have crypto right now.
Yeah, but like see, this is where you and I always have this conversation. Like, yeah, we both believe in crypto long term. Uh, And so to your question, who should have crypto right now? Everybody should. Yeah, I do believe that. But we do not agree on the time frame for this to happen because I don't think anything happens that quickly. Now, maybe we'll see. Time will tell who of us is right. But like this is not going to be a flash move. So what does mainstream mean and how are we measuring that? Like is it when people are making everyday transactions with crypto in their everyday lives because like you can buy a lot of crazy things right now with crypto but you don't go to the grocery store and pay with
I
crypto.
mean, for example, a lot of people in our group are talking about quitting their jobs,
Yeah,
and 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 basically they're switching to if they get a job, they would get a job that they pays them in crypto, right? So that means that they could be hired by anyone, anywhere.
fair.
So
Okay, that's
the
fair.
more the more people find that a better deal than their actual job, the market for crypto becomes bigger, right? Because
Yeah,
that person is getting paid in crypto, and then so on and so forth. And the fact that you have so many tools right now to like basically pay for everything with crypto, so you can get paid in crypto and use PayPal, get Amazon trips, lodging, like whatever, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's a matter of because that's the thing. What other job market is paying as good as crypto is?
So you're right, but I think we need to separate a couple things here. Like a lot of people are talking about quitting their jobs because they've made unbelievable money that they never thought they would have, and they don't feel like they need to be wage cucks anymore. That's different to
Right.
me than being like,
That
oh, I'm quitting my
that's
job
what I'm,
because there's now a marketplace that I can go work in that will pay
yeah,
me in crypto.
but I'm telling you about my experience with Nerd and how like a lot of people who are now work like there's people working like five people working in the Nerd in the nerd ecosystem right now from all over the world that they just said, this is better than my actual job. Let's do it. Or they're doing it alongside their actual job.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't think that's going to stop because I think the innovation is going to be huge and it will never stop, right? Like Sue and Kyle and the guys at 3 Hours Capital said not that long ago, like, do you really believe that people are going to stop building in a bear market now? And the answer is no. And that was the question during the last bear market was like, has innovation stopped because the money isn't there? And clearly it wasn't. People were building, not at the rate that they presently are. But if you think they're going to come back, there's always going to be opportunity. There's always going to be jobs in crypto. I just think those are kind of like two different things. So hold
the
on.
important thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to mention Silverlinks' comment in the chat. Mainstream adoption is when we can pay for a Big Mac with a random Pikachu token. Like, yeah, no. I mean, not even that. But like, imagine if you could go to McDonald's is a terrible example, but it's ubiquitous, so we'll stick with McDonald's. Like I when I go to get my son chicken nuggets at McDonald's, I order it from my phone, right? And the options to pay are credit cards on my phone, Apple Pay, whatever. Like, what if I could access my wallet and just do that? Right. Like, it's not really adoption from McDonald's perspective, but like where things are more utilitarian from the user endpoint, right? Like that would be, yeah.
But you have to also like separate like the store of value side of crypto with the expenditure side.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like for me, of course I want to store my value in crypto, but I always take like dollars out. And for example, what I do is I found a credit card with a stablecoin loan, and I pay my stuff with that. So I'm not burning credit cards like left and right. I'm like, there's a use for that stuff, and of course that we need to get better at it, and I think that over time it's gonna get more seamless, right?
Sure.
Especially with things like Terra and. There's a lot of services that are going around that are aiming to do that. And for example, I personally want what I want is a credit card that takes a microloan from Aave. I would love that shit. Like, I have credit from Aave. Why can't I just pay with that instead of like burning crypto?
But I mean, you're crossing like two very different systems to do that, though, right?
You could use a smart contract to do it because you could use like I could design a smart contract that does that because Aave has a thing. Aave has a thing that's called like delegated credit, so you could delegate your credit to the smart contract. So what happens is that when you do the transaction, the smart contract like queries if you have enough credit, and then it has like a stable coins available to pay for the vendors.
Okay, so Based Free said that's a great idea, Ataxia. Jesus. So do it, man. I mean, fuck else are you doing? I can design a smart contract. What, are you too busy not making money that you don't want to do this? Like what?
I can design it, but I can't write it. And if you want to find something that's more scarce than Bitcoin, it's a smart contract developer right now.
Yeah, Solidity devs. No doubt. But, I mean, don't you have like a Rolodex of people you could call on to be like, hey, this idea is worth it? Because here's my thought.
I did, but the guys are like Saturday.
What does that mean? You set me up for a joke.
Like Friday, like weekend.
Oh, yeah. Just really quick before we finish that thought, Hasbro says, I see it when these big companies start giving away power to decentralization. At the end of the day, that's what they're doing. And they're transferring power to where it belongs when they join the blockchain. To the people, that's why I like Coinbase IPO. It will accelerate institutional investment. Old rich people trust the stock exchanges. Yeah, but like, I don't disagree with what you're saying, Hasbro, but I feel like in that scenario, it would take a generation for that to die out. To pick back up. So, I think it's somewhere in the middle.
No, it's just going to be more like like what happened when the internet was created, that there were like a bunch of companies that were like, nah, internet is like a fad, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they died, like Blockbuster or
Oh my
whatever.
god, yeah, Blockbuster. I gotta pull it up.
Right. And it wasn't like a generational thing, but it was just like there's a better thing right now. Let's all use it. All right. And for example, things like Facebook and Amazon, uh, they really can't get decentralized. There's no way. I mean,
Well,
because
right,
their
right.
system is a centralized system, right?
But
Around
that's where
their
stuff
customers.
like SPI, Shopping IO.
Right,
Uh,
right. But what I mean is that they can't decentralize themselves.
right. But like, I don't think we
Another
have
thing.
to reach what we're talking about. This like utopia of crypto adoption. Obviously, for everything to be decentralized, for everything to be a DAO or whatever, like yeah, it'd be great. It's not going to happen immediately. Like I'm okay if there's just ways to transact with traditional
Oh yeah.
business via crypto. Like I don't need this shit to be everything. You know, like I don't
Right,
want.
but I think
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, I agree 100%. But I think that the preferred method to create a company in the future is going to be through a DAO. And basically, no one's gonna want to create a standard company with you because they're like, why don't we make a DAO?
Yeah. Well, that's like the Wyoming. That's why the Wyoming legislation's such a big idea. You know, like, yeah, you can have a DAO in Wyoming, and we'll give you the same rights as a corporation. Are you shitting me? Like, okay, Wyoming, get ready for $1 trillion to come to Wyoming. That's a great move. And if people
Right,
don't stay in line with Wyoming, which is then forcing other states to do the same thing, they're going to fall behind. And it's kind of like legalization of gambling. A couple states
right,
do it, and you're like, oh my god, look at this! These guys are making so much money. Now 25 states, 26 states legalize gambling in like 8 months because they don't want to miss out on revenue.
right. And let me give you an example. If you make the first hospital that is a DAO, is going to prove that it's going to be a much better system because it's going to be like for doctors and nurses and patients rather than like shareholders.
Yeah.
And then nobody's going to want to make a hospital that's not a DAO anymore.
So I have to say, I don't know. I mean, we got I don't know, like 20 some people watching right now. I don't know what the split between USA and the rest of the world is because we know. I mean, like Tom's in Canada, and I know some of my boys are from Canada and other places around the world. So um, that situation of that the example you're giving with the hospital, I feel like is far easier to conceptualize outside of the United States health system. Not that it won't happen because it will, and I'm on board with that. Even though I mentally rolled my eyes when you brought up healthcare again. It's just I think it has to be shown in other places that it can work before you can actually start disrupting healthcare in the United States because the lobbyists, the money is too big. It's too big.
Right,
And it will be
right,
taken
but
down eventually, but not immediately. You know what I'm saying?
right, but yeah, I agree, and it's not something that's gonna be like advertised by the lobbying groups, like decentralize your healthcare. It's actually gonna be good for you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna say that. It hurts their bottom line, no. But the point is that like there's like for example like an insurance company, there's already insurance on the blockchain, right?
Yep.
How much time before there is a decentralized insurance company that has a different set of incentives?
I've been saying that for a long time. Like my first idea when I first got into crypto, because I come from the insurance industry, was like you could do a lot of really interesting things with as dumb as this is, and this like turn off every single person that's listening. But life insurance contracts, whole life insurance contracts that accrue
Uh,
value over time are an investment vehicle. And that would be an incredibly compelling smart contract. So, like, usually, life insurance contracts are tough. I mean, you're a doctor,
mhm.
it has to be underwritten, has to be approved, has to be yada yada yada. Like, you could do all these things through a smart contract, but then also use DeFi with the accruing cash value of whatever you're paying in, or pay with other areas of DeFi. Like, there's so much that you could do with it. And think about the people that are just listening to this stream or people that we know, how much money we have in crypto.
Right.
We
A
assume we're
lot.
going to make more because we're in this. Like, what happens if you die? Is your family set up? I don't know. And like, those are the questions
Right.
that start to come in about like insurance, life insurance. I'm talking about life insurance, and I think it would be easily done. And someone's going to do it, and they're going to make a cajillion dollars. And if
Could
anybody wants,
we could,
yeah, go
could
ahead.
we make could we make a life insurance fund for the nerds?
Easily.
How do you do that?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about, right? Like, so
So
yeah, go ahead.
hold on, let me explain. So I was reading this book called *Sapiens*. Have you read *Sapiens*?
I've not read it, but I did see you talking about it the other day.
You should read it. You should read that fucking book. It's a great book. Anyways, the guys were talking about how like a couple of monks were trying to figure out like statistically how many monks would die in a given year and how many of them would have a widow and how many widows would get married like every year. And so they just figured out a number that each monk had to pay so that they could have like an insurance fund, right?
Yeah.
And right, so how would we do that for our DAO?
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, you could probably have like either like an RFI element or just like a decreasing like burning of tokens over time to just kind of siphon money away. But to your point on Sapiens, basic insurance, as we currently understand it, home insurance, was started by almost exactly what you're talking about. But the example they use is like prairie homes. Like back in the, when the West was being colonized, meaning like expansion, prairies, etc. The way that communities kind of stood in and helped each other was everybody paid to build their house or do whatever it was. You built it on your own, and you were built around a community. And if somebody's house burned down, everybody threw in to rebuild it. It was just kind of like part of the social contract. It wasn't a real contract. It was a social contract. And it was going, all right, if a taxi's house burns down, then I, Jared, will give my time and my money to help rebuild it for him because I know if my house burns down, he'll do the same thing for me. And it was that basic concept when like the West was being settled, really, that started actual insurance companies. And like I'm oversimplifying this because insurance started in London, but the basic idea is the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you're just there to help. And then it became an insurance company where it's like, okay, you pay premiums because we can do math. Because all insurance is math, right? Like I'm calculating there's going to be an accident, one for every 14,000 hours driven, and the average damage is this. Therefore, everybody should pay their fractional percentage, and that's it, right?
Right.
That's all it is. So yeah, we could do it easily.
Right. So let's figure it out. I'm actually going to start deploying Yearn vaults because so the way I understand Yearn is that they let you deploy vaults for yourselves,
Yep.
and we can make them affiliate vaults. So we do profit sharing with Yearn.
I thought my understanding of Urine was if you created a vault that was adopted, you got a percentage of fee, and that's why it was like in people's interest to come up with new strategies. Is that not right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You deploy a vault, and if you do like the insurance vault, you're supposed to like wrap it and create and make it an affiliate because it's Yearn's code after all. And if we made like an insurance, like a life insurance company, they would like be all over it, I think.
So there's many more facets to that because that is rife for corruption. Like not just outside of like the smart contract aspect. Like how do you Veritas, right? Like how do you know what's true and what isn't? So you would have to use like Solve type network or something where doctors actually, vouch for and put something onto a health card.
And actually the NFTs from Solve could actually be verifiable death certificates.
That's right. So that's how you'd have to do it. And it's definitely possible. Just probably not like, I'm overusing this term, ubiquitous right away, where it's like, oh, you can use it everywhere. But there's probably plenty of places it could, and you could just kind of help grow the network.
I mean, I would like to just test it out for the nerds as a product. We could start thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm in. I mean, see, like, I was just going to like, hey, let's talk about what happened while you were swimming with fucking turtles, and we're talking about new, smart contracts from Aave where you can use a credit card to loan against your credit capacity on Aave and life insurance. So that's how things go here. If you're new to Stacked and the nerd corner on Stacked, we just kind of take it.
Dude, I would never be able to like use up all my credit.
Yeah, well, that's
with a credit card.
That's a nice situation to be in. The problem is people aren't. Well, I guess it's not really a problem. Your holdings get liquidated, and then you're just left with whatever you bought, right? Like it doesn't really matter. I don't care if you go beyond your limit. It's not going to mess up the sanctity of the lending system.
And that's the cool when people say like, "Oh, DeFi is too degen." DeFi is the only financial system that's not over collateralized. Everything else is like centralized exchanges are over collateralized. Everything else is, but DeFi isn't.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, looking at so this is what's interesting to me. I pulled up the DeFi perp, which is probably a better way to do this, but it's what I always look at. So, and I have my nifty boxes. Carolina Sticks, big brand shit all the time over here. I mean, kind of. We're thinking big. Tomorrow at 1:00, when we get the Lambda Tau guys and Ataxia and
oh my god,
and
that's gonna be fun.
Adrian and oh my god, you ready to? I'm gonna have to like pot of coffee or Adderall or something to stay in touch with all you guys. But it's gonna be fun. So anyway, I pull out the DeFi perp. And what's interesting to me is this. Like, this is a pretty nice move. Like, we drew our fancy red box, flipped to green that Tom refuses to do because he's lazy. And it flipped this level. Like, I mean, pretty clearly. As clear as something like a DeFi perp can be flipped because, right. it's on FTX and DGen gamblers do stupid shit all the time. So it flips it really, really well. It really nicely kind of holds this and we're ripping, which is great. And then you go look at Wi-Fi and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, I thought Wi-Fi was supposed to be the standard bearer for DeFi. What's going on?
The thing that Wi-Fi pumps like a freaking banshee. Like, the moment Wi-Fi pumps, it's like...
Oh, it goes insane. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's 2x. What?
Yeah. So you said something in the chat the other day about your Wi-Fi target. I'm going to make you say it again. In 2021, what's your Wi-Fi target?
250,000. Let's go.
$250,000 this year.
2x Bitcoins by end of year.
2x Bitcoin by end of year. Okay. So I pull up this Wi-Fi chart because it looks glorious. And Shual did me a solid and retweeted me the other day because the last time I pointed out something like this, it was this right here. Cake. And I was harping on it, beat the drum on it. I was essentially cussing people out to say, what are you doing? CZ pumps everything. Look at this. Buy here. Buy now. Right now. Now is when you buy. And people didn't. And whoops, all it did, like I was talking about it here and this handle, like you probably should look at it at $15 and we ran to $28. So Wi-Fi, I look at this and I go, it's pretty much the same damn thing. And I'm okay with it doing the handle now. The interesting part to me is what I just said. Like Wi-Fi is a standard bearer. Then what the fuck's going on with the DeFi perp?
It's already pumping?
Yeah, the DeFi perp is ripping and Wi-Fi is just hanging out.
It's gonna be like, I mean, it's bound to. Like, that hasn't ripped either, and that's going to go like.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah, Tom hit up the chat. I'm so pissed about Rune, I don't even want to talk about it.
Man, yeah. Dude, and the thing is, I've known Tom since, like, the beginning, and the first thing Tom has said to me is, like, get Rune. And for over a year, I have not gotten Rune. Like,
wait, hold on. Why was Tom early on Rune? Are you part of the Rune team, Tom? I don't get it.
I don't know how Tom just got the best calls, like when he was just asking around what the fuck Bitcoin is. People was like, buy Rune. And he's like, okay, and made 10x.
I always have to pull up Arai whenever I talk about Tom because, his name is Sam Arai. And This isn't even the full chart, but it had a crazy ass run. And Tom was talking about it forever. Actually, no. When you look at it compared to ETH, it's not bad. But yeah, so he's on awry. But here's the other thing. Speaking of awry, we've been led awry on smart credit because we thought it was all going to rip again, and it hasn't. By the way, Tom in the chat says, a guy in God's Unchained Discord red-pilled me on Rune. How long has God's Unchained been around? I feel like we just talked about that, like, not that long ago.
Oh, it's been for a long time. It's one of the OGs. I think it got ICO'd on 2017 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure about that, but it's been like for the longest. Someone was just playing games and he's like, is this a blockchain here? What?
It's what got me into crypto. Oh my God. Look at that, man. Everybody has their own story. Mine was Joel Birch beat me over the head until I said, all right, I'll look into it. And that's what got me. Tom was just messing around on God's Unchained and ended up making, 8 figures or whatever his absurd amount of net worth is now. That's pretty great. Yeah, so anyway, I know I'm popping around a lot, which makes it kind of hard to follow. But like, I was just like, I'm sitting here with I have a lot of dry powder right now, a lot, which is pretty uncommon for me. And by dry powder, I mean Ethereum, because I'm like, I'll just let Ethereum run until I have to make a decision. And I was just kind of expecting YFI to be leading right now, not just hanging out.
Just buy more.
Buy more. Well, $250,000. Are you giving refunds if it's unrealized?
Not anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. Dude, looks total too. Look at that. Look at this.
It's total crypto market.
Yeah, so it's the market cap excluding Bitcoin.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's the scary ones. That's way scary.
Yeah. So let me ask you this.
Well, you know what? It could stay the same, and money go from Dodge and Ripple to Aave and Wi-Fi, no problem.
What would actually make you nervous?
Nervous?
Don't say anything. Nothing. I'm putting you on the spot here. What would actually make you nervous for like, fuck, we might have 6 months or a year of consolidation or bear market? Like, what would actually do that for you?
Some like major ETH hack. Like some guys just like figures out, like, for example, like real concerns, quantum compute. Someone figures out a quantum computer that can sort secret phrases, and then you're fucked. Then it's like, oh fuck,
Game over.
it's not game over, because like Vitalik is already like working on quantum resistant like cryptography. They've been thinking about it forever, but that would be something that will set you back a bit, and confidence would go down. And it's like the Federal Reserve was like,
Yeah. I mean, that theoretically, something like that's not just a 1 year setback. That's probably a 5 to 10 year setback, because what you just said, I think, is the most important part, and probably still to this day. Like, we've been in it for a minute, and so I trust crypto in so much as I trust myself, right? Because if you fuck up in crypto right now, it's pretty much on you, right? Like, but you know that. But initially, like when Joel was first on me about getting into this shit, I was like, man, that's all garbage. People just use it to buy drugs and other and fund terrorism, and that's it. And you can be like, that was what I thought before I knew anything.
How would you fund terrorism from crypto? I mean, with the narrative, you would think it's way easier than.
Look, now that I know, of course I don't believe that. But that narrative is still prevalent today, where it's like, well, crypto, you know who uses crypto? It's the terrorists.
It's the terrorists. Like, yeah, right.
Okay.
They don't have enough for gas.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna pay for like.
Yeah. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, do you own sushi?
own sushi.
Yeah.
Not enough. I own uni.
Well, you've been talking about uni since like we were here, like $14, and we were streaming talking about it.
Yeah. I'm not
And
selling.
yeah, and I think all you said was, I don't know how much you own, but you don't own enough. But that was back when we were first talking about, V3. And like now V3 has been announced. And what is it? It's May the 4th?
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, May the 4th. That's such a douche move. But Jaspo, what's up? I love to see the subscriber emojis in the chat. What's up, buddy? Thank you for popping in.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. You know what I can do? It's not working. That's lame. I thought I had sound bites we could play. I'm 65. What's up? Thanks for coming. Thanks for popping in. A taxi just went to go, I don't know, crack another beer, do something. He's back in his native land of Ecuador from gallivanting around with turtles in the Galapagos. And yeah, we're just kind of doing this to hang out. It's been a while since Carlos and I talked. Tomorrow's going to be the fun, crazy ass day. You guys don't want to miss this. We were connected with a couple of guys through the Nerd Quarter. And so we're bringing on Stuart from Lambda Tau. And from what I've been told, he's an exceptionally smart guy. I've chatted with him a little bit. And so having a bunch of smart people talking crypto tomorrow and me facilitating, meaning the guy who doesn't know shit, helping the conversation for the normies, it's going to be fun. So don't miss it. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central, I'm going to promo the shit out of this. Joel and the Stacked crew is going to promo the shit out of this. So we're going to see if we can break our all-time high. This is the goal. This is my goal. I won't say this while we are on the air tomorrow, but I'll say it now. Hey, look. More Carlos family have entered the chat. What's up, Xavier? I will say this here. The most we've ever had simultaneously watching on Twitch by itself is 50 people. I want to see if we can double or triple that tomorrow. So can we get to 100 or 150 simultaneously streaming? Because I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, the Lambda Tau crew, Adrian, you. Oh, my God. Do you know, how did Stuart end up in the Nerd Quarter? Do you know? Because he's in there.
I invited him.
So you know him?
I've talked with him like a few times. Tao was actually one of the first, like back when I was like a little shrimp and I was like looking at projects, like going through CoinGecko, looking at projects. I just liked Tao a lot. And went into their chat, asked a few questions about how the thing worked and everything, and Stu seemed really cool. And I met CS there, and then I mean we've been talking ever since. And they were kind enough to join the chat early on. We were like 20 people in there.
Really?
And yeah, they were one of the first guys to join. And yeah, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited because, like, yeah, you can tell he's been around for a while. Look at this. Look how far back Tau goes, man. They lived that. That was February of 18. Oh, I wish. I'm excited to talk about all sorts of stuff like this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good.
It's a cool chain, too. I mean, there really needs to be more people building on these chains. And not only, I think there needs to be more people building in general in crypto. Like, there's so much room for stuff.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Like, the problem to me is right now, people have ideas. Like, we had two right now. We've been on the air for 46 minutes and 30 seconds. We've had two ideas that, quite frankly, somebody should be pursuing right now. Like, not even a week from now. Right now, somebody should be doing it. Maybe they are. the skills are not there. Like, meaning, no, that's not true. They're there. Those people are busy working on other shit, right? Like, there's not just like an unbelievable amount of talent that's out there ready to develop in Solidity. Like, it's tough.
But that's the point about Tao, for example. It's all Python. And there's a lot more people who know Python.
A lot more. But still.
Way a lot more. A lot more. Because the thing about Solidity is that it's a really hard language. Python is like, everyone knows Python.
Not everybody.
I mean, everyone who codes at least like knows what Python is.
Okay, fair enough. So that's the idea. And so you say people need to be building. And obviously we're going to get into this tomorrow.
Also, you don't really need to know Solidity to build on Ethereum on like crypto. Like, for example, the Nerd Quarter like has no Solidity code at all. It's just deploying a product that already exists. And for example, to make a DAO and buy NFTs, like people don't need to know to code at all. They just need to like want to build communities, because at the end of the day, it's about communities.
Yeah, all right. So I agree with you, but again, like this is where you and I kind of detach you a little bit, because like you want to build communities. There's things that are like even that fundamental knowledge that you just talked about, which is essentially putting together things that already exist. So you don't have to create it. You just have to know how to use what's already been created, right?
Mm-hmm.
That knowledge gap is still too wide.
Yeah, and that's where we're getting rich.
Right. Because all you have to do is know a little bit more than, most people. And that's great. And Tom says in the chat, unbelievable amount of opportunities. And also our good friend, the Shots of Patron, also in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. And your cousin, I think he's your cousin, right? Javier, that's your cousin?
Yeah, it is.
DeFi Summer 2.0. I hope so. I think so. I wouldn't bet against it. Let's put it that way. But we got to get to summer first, right? We're still 2 months away from summer.
2 months.
We are. June 20th, right?
Yeah.
June 20th. So I guess from that perspective, like Tao, Python building, what is the end game there? Is the end game you can build on Tao and then it's all cross-chain?
Yeah. That's the point.
And why is there not just an absurd adoption then?
Because it's one of the lesser known chains. It's actually the lowest market cap layer 1 chain there is, and it's mainnet.
Buying Tau. All right.
It is actually a great opportunity.
Tom says Tau is super fast also. Tom, I think you and I might need to have like a war room session so you can prep me for this tomorrow. It already pumped 100%. That's just because we promoted it earlier, Jasper. That's why. Are you shitting me right now? Tau just pumped 100% because we were talking about it? No, you're lying. Don't lie to me. I don't even know where to like properly chart this.
Yeah, they actually.
There we go.
I mean, they decided to get rid of the Uniswap liquidity, I think. I mean, most of it. I'm not sure how the liquidity is set up right now.
I'm sure we'll get into that tomorrow. But yeah, Tom says competes with Harmony. Which one's Harmony? Is that the one that everyone's like, it's the lightest shit ever? Is that Harmony?
Harmony has like the difference between Tao and Harmony is that Alexa, stop. Great.
Good job. Xavier, did you just call Carlos? What did you just do?
No, my girlfriend's calling me.
Oh, okay. You gotta tell her that you're.
You just link her the stream so she's on that.
There you go. Look, I'm not ignoring you. I'm live with that one guy who doesn't know anything. You have a girlfriend? Not gonna make it. Shots Patron makes a good point. The shots of Patron. All right, so we're going to take a quick segue while Carlos is preserving his relationship. The shots of Patron. I got in this conversation earlier today, and I don't know who you are, so maybe this is you. I'm like in the market for a nice tequila, so I'm opening this up right now to anybody in the chat. We got 20-some people watching, more than that. Like, I need a nice bottle of tequila because, like, I like tequila. I just don't know enough. If you guys have anything, so I am going to the Shots of Patron, who is very graciously a subscriber, and also here today. Your cousin says Herradura. Okay. Like, are we talking like 20 years single malt expensive, or what are we talking about? Let me pull up Herradura. Herradura tequila. Well, all right, $60. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. So
What do $60 mean for you anymore?
Well, yeah. The most expensive bottle of anything that I own is $600. I paid $600 for something.
You know what? I've been thinking about that, like after my trip and stuff. Like, what are we gonna do like the rest of our lives?
I know. I thought about that too. The Shots of Patron said, "Are you going to Miami?" Actually, right now, I'm probably 80% going to Miami for that conference. So,
let's go to Miami. Let's meet in Miami.
I'm probably gonna go.
All right, I'm going. I'm 100% going.
When is June. So it's the actual conference is the 4th and the 5th in Miami, and I think everybody's getting there on the 3rd. Or maybe the 2nd. I don't really know, but I'm not 100% committed yet.
Let's go.
But I'm leaning towards it. So yeah, if you can get your ass to Miami,
you guys can buy tickets from Travel. If you follow any of the calls from here to June, you should have enough money to do that.
Yeah. By the way, the Shots of Patron says Stacked Yacht Party though, which there is. So Joel, the CEO of Stacked, obviously my good friend, is hosting a yacht party.
All right. I'm 100%. We're going. I'm gonna go pick you up.
You're gonna pick me up. You're gonna go to Miami, Ecuador to Miami via Chicago to pick me up.
Yeah.
I didn't know you rolled like that. Let's do it. Got any links? Yeah. So I call him Xavier. You call him Javier. What would he say?
Javier.
He would say Javier.
Yeah.
Because I went to Xavier University, so we got an issue here. But Javier, I will send you the link in Telegram after we get off. But I wish I could. Stacked Yacht Party, though. Not sure the Mounties would let me. Now, you guys are still border closed in Canada, aren't you? Pretty sure they are. Man, everything's closing back up here. Like, Michigan's having an absolute shit show right now. Like, they're in a bad spot. Also, so at first I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going. And then I got my first vaccination already. So I will get my second one in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And so then I'll be like vaccinated for a month. I feel like, I don't want to go to a super spreader event, but I think that's what it's going to end up being. But if I'm vaccinated, I care a little bit less.
You know what I think should get in fashion? Power Ranger suits.
What?
Power Ranger suits.
Power Ranger suits?
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, I guess everything else is gone. Jasper asked Pfizer or Moderna. I got Moderna. I know somebody who got Johnson & Johnson. Then Johnson & Johnson was actually pulled off the market today in the U.S.
It was?
Yeah, apparently some clotting issues that they didn't know about. I don't know. It's bad. I'll say this, actually. I'm going to pull this up because the news hit today.
They should have made $1.
Oh, shit. See, look at that right there. This is why Javier says he had Pfizer. So, I mean, actually, it rallied pretty fine. But, like, you see this. The open today for Johnson & Johnson was down a lot. I mean, in stocks, it's a lot. In crypto, are like, oh, my God, $8? Big deal. But to some people, that's a lot. Javier says J&J FUD. Maybe it is. I don't know, man. The thing is, I think the anti-vaxxers are going to go with any small potential issue. They're going
Oh,
to
they
try to
love
drive a
that.
truck through. Oh my god, so
They
bad.
love that.
All right. Anyway, we're kind of going off on a tangent here. Yes, I'll probably be in Miami. It's 2 months, a little bit under 2 months from now. There is a stacked yacht party, so if you can make it, hit me up, and I'll see if I can get you in. Carlos gets an invite because he does his shit with me. Everybody else, we'll see.
Please,
Yeah. We'll set.
make sure you keep this recorded. I'll hold you to it.
Well, one, we're on like everything there is now. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Periscope, and I record everything on my computer now anyway. So it's there. Now, except for you, sure. Tom's, maple syrup drinking ass. I don't know about that.
If he brings maple syrup, maybe.
True enough. All right, so let's kind of get back into what we do best. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's pumping. That's fine. People are making money. People are happy. I'm personally happy because the Universe Fund is absolutely crushing it, as you would expect it to when the DeFi perp is up. So I'm making money hand over fist. Thank you, Adrian. I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow. It's a hell of a thing to watch your investment. Yeah, I will chart BTC in a second here. To watch your investment go up. I think I'm up like 20% since I got in. 10, yeah, more than that, like 22%. It's a hell of a thing to watch any investment go up 22%, but then also be accruing 150% yield as you're doing it. Absolutely bananas. Like, when's this going to stop?
It's never going to stop.
I have not sold any TWA. I got airdropped a shitload of TWA because I was a part of that whole thing. And I'm accruing just an asinine amount of it. So I'm already a TWA whale in paper.
You know what's cool about TWA? That you're gonna be able to use it to get exposure to all these funds in the future. So if you get a lot of TWA, like every new fund is gonna have TWA LPs. So no matter what, you're always gonna be able to invest in the new thing.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the deflationary aspect of TWA. My thing is with everything you're talking about, and I don't know, you may not be able to say. Like, what's the ETA on the next fund? Like the next quarter?
On the next one is a solar fund, but it is gonna be before next quarter. Like it's gonna be like I can't commit to it because it may kill me, but.
Yeah, don't do it. I mean, we're talking tomorrow. I'll ask him tomorrow on the air. He can either decide to disclose it or not. But I want to have money set aside because if the shit's coming soon, I want to be ready for it.
No, you're gonna have a heads up when it's ready. It's already been announced that the next one being built is a solar fund, so it's going to be all those lending platforms.
Okay.
And I actually had a call with Adrian about which ones, and it's actually cool because they're gonna have both decentralized ones and ones that are more centralized and are cool. Adrian likes a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't give away any shit that's going to get you in trouble. All right. So the shots of Patron said, could you chart BTC? I have it up here in my view, just really quickly, and then we're going to get back into alts. This line chart is pretty clear to me, like pretty clear on Bitcoin. So we're kind of like wedging up here. So there was this touch, this was live when I was on the air. This is hilarious. I was solo streaming a week ago. So yeah, the 7th, a week from tomorrow. And I just happened to look, there was a virgin mid and channel bottom and it met right there. And I was like, well, this is a perfect place to buy. And by the way, it was the exact bottom accidentally. Okay, on the stream. I did not call that shit, but if you were watching, you could have gotten long, and it literally was the bottom. So it's being respected. That's 3 touches of a line. That is very, very strong, and I would not bet against that. So we're gonna hit this. So I would expect the next bit of resistance to come at like 65 ish if we keep going. If not, I would just expect to see this. And then we got to make a decision. So will probably just slowly grind up, hopefully into Javier's DeFi summer. And then maybe it's the breakout from here
200 plus.
to 100, and then it will just move sideways for DeFi summer, right? Like that would be beautiful. And that is very optimistic, but I don't think it's impossible given what's going on right now. So essentially, shots Patron, I would say respect this line, draw it on your own chart, set an alert on it. This is what I do, okay? And somebody reached out to me about doing like just a TA video, which I am going to do, like just a conversation around technical analysis, and I'm going to dumb it down to be the easiest shit on earth. I'm not going to be doing crazy Fibonacci extensions or harmonics or dumb shit like that. As simple as possible, and that's all you need in a bull market is the simplest TA ever, and you'll do fine. The reason I bring that up is you draw, simple is way better, Javier. You draw a line like this on a line chart. Why do you do a line chart? Because it's as accurate as it can be. And I set an alert. For me, I'll do it right now. TRL on BTC. Boom. And so when that hits, it'll send me a text. It'll send me a text, and I can look at it and reassess. I also usually set an alert here. Bottom of channel is what I'm calling it. And so I don't need to look at Bitcoin again. That's why I don't. Like it's why I'm not constantly looking at it. I know what major levels are in my view, and then I get sent texts when they happen, and then I look at it. So anyway, that is my my Bitcoin look at the chart. Nothing's broken. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Ethereum looks even better. I mean, we flipped this level that we've been talking about for a minute. And we still have this broadening deal. This broadening accumulation pattern. Tom, whose is it again? I forget. Livermore accumulation pattern. And, you know, I could see that not... I mean, I think 3,000's in the cards pretty soon. So, yeah, Livermore, that's what I thought. So anyway, all is well, which means if all is well in macro markets with Bitcoin and with Ethereum, we turn our focus to Carlos's shit. Alts. So,
did you see that Biddle?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up right now.
That was so fun.
What happened?
Dude, I the day before that, I had literally gone into the LP like to get some yields, and then I see that thing and it goes like wow, and I just stayed to like massive profit to the top. It was great. I missed like 75% of my build stack, but that's all right.
Oh no.
I mean, I made so much money, but
yeah.
I just got the very top.
Tom says, I guess that's what repricing looks like. Yeah, and I mean, it definitely is. They've done it twice. Here's one, there's another one. I got to be honest. I sold build around like $12.
No.
Yeah. I owned a lot of it. I bought it at like $4.50. And I was just sick of waiting around. I still own a shitload of Unify and a shitload of art. And the one that I reduced was this.
No.
And I was like, come on. And then I sold the scam pump on art and then rebought.
No.
I sold it like 42 yesterday.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. I was happy about it. I'm perfectly sell smart credit, Jared, please. Why? So I can pump? Don't do that to me, Tom. I own a lot of smart credit, and I'm pissed about it. So don't get me started. But no, like after we all saw it when Build ripped, Unify and Art were coming next. So yeah, I sold the pumps. I'm gonna buy them back.
That's so cool about those tokens. Whenever any one of those pump, it's just all right. Which one has it?
Yeah. Let me take a look. There they go. Boom. Yeah. So I sold into that. Actually, it was perfect. I sold into it right before Ethereum took off. So
Yeah,
I was like, perfect for me. That works.
yeah. Same. Extra Ethereum, great.
Yeah, fine.
And that takes me back to a question I did to you like a bit ago.
Yeah.
What do we do now, man? I mean, like I just look at my bags and I'm like, they just need to be here for like a couple of
I
years.
know. No, I feel the same way. I mean, quite frankly, it's why I think we stream because I trade less now than I ever have because I'm not leverage trading.
Hmm.
You know, I've talked about it on quite a few streams. Like, it is a negative expected value play to be leverage trading right now, unless you are a top one percenter, and not just a top one percenter in terms of your ability to margin trade, but you also need to be a top one percenter and not have an understanding about alts. Because if you did have an understanding about alts, you still wouldn't be leverage trading. Thankfully,
Right.
I'm decent at leverage trading, but I know people who know about alts. So why the hell would I take on that risk? It's silly.
Right.
Absolutely silly.
And,
There's no reason to.
and I think like the biggest expected value play right now is making things.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. I agree.
And
I
that's
agree.
cool.
Uh, yeah, but the problem is like you know how to make things. I just like to talk about people making things. That yields me
Right.
that yields me less money. Okay, like
Right,
that's
but the thing is, that's the thing people don't get about nerd. Like the whole point about nerd is that because I don't know about the insurance industry, for example, and if you have the idea for the insurance thing, and I'm like completely free to like figure it out and get someone who knows how to write the smart contract and get it done. Like I'm not because right now like my job is more technical, so whenever I finish writing a smart contract, like I can just go do something else.
right.
Yeah, and I don't write them, I just write the spec for it, right? So I just
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
tell people what they should be doing.
I got to be honest with you. My building and my creativity is this stream and this channel. Okay.
Well, that counts. That counts 100%. Like that's also cool because there's now NFTs
Yeah.
and there's now a lot of things. Actually, we should start auctioning the streams as NFTs.
Auctioning.
Like when you make the stream, you can sell it for I don't know. I mean, some they should have some value if we end up having like. Don't you get like some revenue from the subs?
Yeah, I think so far, $54, baby. Let's go.
Right. So if we made an NFT, you could make an NFT of the stream that earned a percentage of the sub earnings.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a different way to democratize your viewership. I'd be interested in that. Here's the thing: I'm not in this to make money. I like this
Hundred
specifically.
percent.
Obviously, I'm in it to make money, like because I like talking to people. But um, it does cost me money to do this. Like I'm way net negative on what I've spent to put this together, but it's what I want to do. Okay, so I do it, and I appreciate people. We have 16 subscribers. That's a lot, I think,
Yeah, that's a lot.
for literally no promotion, and it's just us hanging out. Like that's pretty cool, I think. So anyway, yeah. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I would be interested in doing something like that and just
It's just
trying,
fun, you
right?
know. That's the
Yeah,
thing. That's the thing. We're just and that's the other part of nerd that it doesn't have to be like super hyper successful because we don't need to be super hyper successful with these things.
yeah,
Like we just try, and some of them will actually make it because they are good ideas. But
yeah.
the point is that it's fun, and here's something that like I learned in the islands, right? In my trip, uh, so you know Darwin, you know this Darwin guy,
I'm familiar. Yeah.
right? So dude, legit. I was talking to someone who had no idea who Darwin was and what the Galapagos were. Like, dude, you're the
I
first one.
yikes. Just
Yeah,
yikes. Okay.
yeah, it was yikes. But anyways, um, so the thing is that Darwin was able to do all this, go to an island and figure out evolution thing because he was already rich as fuck. Like he could like pay for a whole expedition because he like inherited a lot of money,
Sure.
and he's like father-in-law just paid him to do it. But like, it's interesting that we're in this position where we don't really have to do things for money anymore,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It's just a different type of motivation.
Yeah. Well, it's a more pure motivation. I think that's why. Well, again, in the United States, I can't really speak to your situation, but essentially, what I was always encouraged to do growing up, which I ignored and chased money for, so whatever. What I was encouraged to do growing up was to find something you were passionate for, something you loved, and to do that. And if you were good at it and you loved it, the money would follow, right? Like that's essentially
Right.
the dream. And I think there's a lot of truth in that, right?
There is. There is. But not everyone has the opportunity to do that.
No doubt, no doubt. That's a completely different deal, and hopefully we're getting to a place where it is. I think we'll get there, and we can circle back to this. But like, my point of this is, I chased my paycheck for the first like 10 years of my working life, where it was essentially just like, you can pay me the most money. All right, let's do it. I'll do anything, and that's essentially what it was because I was trying to get ahead. I got married early, and it's how that goes, right? So.
Right.
Then I got to the place where I was pretty secure financially before even finding crypto.
Right.
And that it's a very liberating feeling. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people on this stream are trying to get to that point, and I hope you do, and I'm hopeful that we can help. But it's been nice. Like I always, I like emerging technology. I like talking to people. I've been told I have like a broadcaster voice. And so I like to use something that was innate, which is cool. And it's like a realization of a dream in some respect. I don't give a shit if nobody watches. I'd still be out here doing it,
Right.
Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I want to talk about smart credit because we've talked about it before. Why isn't this pumping? This is under collateralized loans. We should want this.
Is the app working yet?
Is the app working on smart credit? Tom, I hope you're still here, buddy. I don't know. Jasper says, I need another 2x to reach my goal, another 5x to feel liberated. You'll get there, man. Just keep tuning in. Just keep tuning in. I got to go off screen because I don't want my shit to try app.
Yeah, 100%, Tom. You should be building shit. You're just trading. Come on, use your stack to pay for something.
Yes. You should help grow the stacked channel. That's what you should do. No.
Tom is a huge nerd whale.
Yeah. Todd already is a huge nerd whale. Wait, I'm not even trading. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Like, I've been playing a lot of golf, and it's not even the middle of April. Okay. And today, when I couldn't because of personal circumstances that prevented me from golfing, which I was very cranky about, all I did was go down to my garage and play golf on my simulator. So that's what my day was like today. It was tough.
Yeah, I feel you.
But Tom,
guys, when you start thinking of playing golf, you've made it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think golf's a fun game. I played LOL mobile all day. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Is it out already? Oh shit! I can't go back to that shit.
You guys better stop. League of Legends mobile all day. See, that's not good. That's not productive. Build something, Tom. Hold on. Tom, stop talking. I need you to tell me about smart credit, man. You're my plug on smart credit. You're telling me to sell because it'll pump, okay? And
whenever that app starts paying loans, it's going to rip. Like,
okay.
Regardless.
Okay, so the Shots Patron says it's active for non-US.
So I can get a loan there? I'm scared of over collateralized loans, though, so I'm not doing it.
Under collateralized loans.
Under, yeah.
Yeah. Why are you scared?
I'm scared.
You don't have to take the full max of your under collateralized loan.
I know, but I mean, I guess, it's another tool, right?
Yeah. He says 1.1 will be released after Berlin upgrade is rolling and stabilized. All right, so we're probably going to range until that happens, I guess. We haven't pumped yet. Yeah, I know. And stabilized is the part that I'm worried about.
It's funny how it's just going to copy the whole thing and fork it. there's gonna be an old chain that's gonna just be forgotten. But it's
That's
not. It has.
that's what
Huh?
that technically is. That's all that is.
Yeah, a fork just they create a new chain that starts behaving differently, but the old one still exists.
And this is why all the conservationist nuts are like, you guys are killing trees.
No,
Bitcoin is bad for the environment. Have you seen those articles lately?
yeah, yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's not tough because it's a good argument, but it's hard to explain to someone why it's not a problem.
It's a good argument.
It's not a good I mean, but if the way they phrase it, you think it's a good argument because it's like you're comparing they in their mind it's like comparing paper with supercomputers,
Right. Right.
but just
Relative
for
to
one,
what? That's what I want to know.
right?
You never get that part of the equation. And if that's what we're like, I
Are
so
you comparing
badly.
Bitcoin to all the banks?
Like what are we? That's what I mean. I get so annoyed. I don't know. I was pretty
Because
hot
it's
last Wednesday because of shit like this. I was hot last Wednesday. It'd be one of those streams where I'd be like, Carlos, you should check out a few minutes of it because I came out hot. And it was because
oh,
of shit like this. It was like a down day, and people were talking about selling their tokens, and everything's falling apart. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It drove me absolutely nuts. And this falls in that same category that just like makes me like just start flashing rage and be like, what? What do you mean that it's bad for the environment? Yeah, on what level? What are we talking about?
right. And the thing is that for one, there's a super good argument for Bitcoin and the environment that like one of the problems with um, like renewable energy plants is that sometimes places that produce a lot of energy aren't close to like urban centers or are poor communities that don't really use all the energy,
Right.
right? If you put a Bitcoin farm near like a waterfall that already has a power plant, you could actually just create value regardless of where you're at, just because you have the energy.
Yeah.
So you could make like communities that don't have a lot of resources but have energy be able to convert that energy into value to create more resources.
Right. Well, I mean, you and I talked about this in one of our first streams. Like, your country is near the equator.
Hmm.
You got a lot of sun.
Yeah.
Get some of those Elon panels, man, and just do it.
Yeah, we'll have to create a lot of them, and but yeah, it should be feasible.
And then I don't remember who it was early on. I think it was Tom. Tom was maybe Tom said he had his ideas on something, but I'm gonna hopefully I hit it. Somebody was talking about using like active oil rigs to mine. Was that you? Who was that?
Oil rigs?
Yeah, because
That's
there's
pretty cool.
the actual oil rigs themselves are constantly producing power energy as they're doing what they do. So like you could actually hook up mining rigs to what's the actual process of mining oil, and it would
Yeah,
essentially power mining rigs and make it essentially net neutral. Obviously, you're still taking energy, but it's just going to waste right now. It's happening anyway, so might as well do it.
right. No, there's a lot you can do, and
Yeah,
that's back to the idea that we need more builders, right?
yeah, yeah. We should not incentivize oil mining, though. I mean, you know what, Tom? I don't disagree with you, man. Like I have a number in my mind that I want to hit, and then I'm going to buy a Tesla. Um, and I'm in. Like I don't need the whole fossil fuel thing in my life. That said, it's not going to stop.
Yeah, it is. We're about to figure out fusion and gravity engines. Can you
Yeah,
do
but
10 years?
10 years exactly right. So like us incentivizing or disincentivizing oil rigs right now, uh, it's not going to change that outcome, right? I mean, like, look, GM building an electric Hummer is a pretty big sign that shit's changing. All right, it's the cruise ship's already turning. You just don't do it on a hairpin, right? It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Silverlinks06 said, guys, is it actually profitable to mine nowadays? And I'll let you answer that, Carlos, after I say this. Depends how much you're paying for energy in your rig, right? Yeah. Like,
or
if you can get free energy.
You could buy freaking miner bonds like I have, and they pay me like $500 every 2 weeks from Bitcoin. It's pretty cool.
Silverlink says, thanks here in Costa Rica. All my friends ask me, and I'm like, nah. What the hell's a miner bond?
You can buy like a token that you stake and you get Bitcoin that someone else mines.
What?
Yeah. I bought them for my dad.
So the idea there is you're speculating on when that bond comes due, the price of Bitcoin has gone up more than whatever you paid for it at the time. Is it based on futures price?
No, it's just been trading at $100 per contract. And they pay you 100% returns yearly, like right now, on Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin pumps.
Okay.
Just buy it. I tried to convince everyone to buy it, and
you never tried to convince me of shit. This is the first, you and I have streamed like 30 times. It's the first time I ever heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it a bit. So they also have Ethereum bonds. Go to mars.pooling.finance.
Mars.pooling.finance. I forgot. No, that's not it.
Or FI. It's FI.
Okay. Also not it.
Hold on.
I've learned to not do shit on screen ever since I doxed all my shit that one time. Thankfully, I didn't record those.
Yeah. Wait, pooling, it's POOLLIN. Sorry, POO.
Yeah, I would not think to exclude the G, just so you know.
Yeah, no G. Pooling.fi.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. I remember when PBTC 35A launched. All right, so what am I looking at here? I don't want to try to meander my way through this. Tell me what I'm looking at here.
That's the different bonds they have. So you can buy each PBTC 35A for $112 right now.
Okay.
And they have Ethereum ones at $27 each. And then you go and you stake them and you get paid in Bitcoin or Ethereum from their mining profits.
And when that happens?
When you claim, it's like a farm. It's like a yield farm.
So I claim it and it burns this, one.
No, they keep yielding. They keep yielding until the miner breaks.
What?
Yeah, passive income. They even pay you in the Mars token.
So I buy PBTC 35A, I stake it, I get paid in Mars, and you're saying
Mars and Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Is it 1-to-1? Like if I buy 112, 112.93, is that it's not an equivalent of Bitcoin?
No, for reference, I've got like $1,700 worth.
Okay.
And I claim $500 every week or so.
You have $1,700 worth, and you claim $500 a week.
Every week and a half. So I claimed 3 times per month. So
it's strudel, but not strudel.
It's strudel, but pays less, but it pays in wrap Bitcoin instead of strudels. I mean, strudels is still better, but this is like super safe for like $500,000.
Yeah. No. I look. I'm in on strudel, but like that's wild. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
So the 220,000 total supply, I'm guessing that's not an accident that there's a symmetry with 22 million Bitcoin.
No, they
21
can
million
just
Bitcoin.
they can just issue however many they want because they just each. So just as a like a mental exercise, each token represents a mining rate,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right? So they have 22,000 mining rigs for that.
Man, it's been a long time since I've looked at this. Whenever
Yeah,
3AC is on the page, it always makes me.
dude, that pool is like $5 million deep, and it's just insane. And it's just like huge money. People just saying, "All right, this is the way." If you have like $20,000 and you're not in strudels already, I mean, if you're in strudels already, you should probably want one of these because these passive income is just legit great.
Yeah.
I mean, who else is paying you Ethereum like naked?
Nobody. I mean, why the fuck? So here you go, Silver Links 06. You just got more alpha than you'd ever have. I hope he's still here. Please don't have left. He's still here. Tell your friends in Costa Rica that this is what you do. Why fuck around with mining? He
Yeah.
just said that $1,700 pays $500 every 10 days, we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Yikes, dude. Why would you do anything else? Meaning, like, invest in anything else. Because you're a degen? Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Good to know.
No, but that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm
pretty sick.
looking at mostly now, like just passive income sources. Whatever pays me like a fixed thing, like Strudel.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Strudel. Because
The
Javier
Strudel.
wanted us to a while ago. Is he still
Yeah.
here? He left. Well, no, I don't want to talk about it because Javier left.
You just mentioned that we hit the peg. Yay.
Yeah, I mean that's very, very impressive. I guess I should go to VBTC then, huh?
Yeah.
56?
And you know what?
Oh, that was you arbing it, wasn't it? You bastard.
Yeah, I did arbit. Then someone else did. I arbited down from 66.
Dude, it hit 71?
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't even. Hold on, let me make sure my stuff isn't connected, and then I can go to the actual Strudel page. Am I connected? All right, good. I'm not, although it's locked. So, Carlos, where the fuck's the dark mode, man?
Yeah, we need to make a dark mode for that.
I'm going to clip this and I'm going to post it in the Strudel chat of me saying this. I love the project. It's really, really good. It's an abomination that there's no dark mode. My eyes hate you right now.
Then we'll ban you.
Yeah.
No, we need a dark mode. You're right. It's not appropriate for our degen apes.
I look at a screen all day, man. You're taking minutes off my day every time I look at a white screen. You know?
You know what? Syrian, when it loses the cash, it goes from dark mode to white, and I'm like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Syrian is like especially white. I don't know why.
So when I got my new computer, I obviously had to re-download and reinstall everything. And I downloaded, or whatever it is, Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
And it like opened in the native Telegram. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's been so long since I've looked at Telegram not in dark mode that I was like super offended by it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're back on Peg. Well, close.
Yeah, virtually. I mean, we are
Yeah.
going to keep on supporting the thing, and I hope that the strudel farmers do too. Also, as the pool gets deeper, it is going to be more and more and more sturdy. and it's going to just stay there, I think. But yeah, I mean, like it. When I just thought of what Adrian said the other day about Bitcoin. If you make it like when he really believed it would happen is when it was like the second time around it did the cycle.
Yeah.
And we've basically proven twice already that the thing pegs. So the investor's thesis is that eventually, regardless, is going to peg to the Bitcoin, right? So, like from a risk reward perspective, it is like buying that dip. If you
It,
didn't buy the dip, you didn't do a proper risk assessment because you could have just I without a doubt I could have told I've always told you it's going to peg again eventually and I bought the Bitcoin at $5,000 and I sold it at 66. Like anyone else could have done the trade because there's no hidden like information. It's just Bitcoin, right?
yeah. 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 I mean, it dropped to 17.5, right?
Yeah. I
Uh,
basically got all the cool levels from the rally in like a span of 2 months.
yeah. No, I mean, that's impressive. The whole peg thing obviously bothered me for a while. But, you know, I think when you said what you said, where like it doesn't really have to peg to work, but knowing that it can peg again and that essentially we need some Bitcoin coming in for the oil rig to keep moving, right? Like that's the idea.
Right. And
And
the
so
thing is
being
that
near peg matters. But hold on, what you said, I want to get this really quick because this is important. You said I want the strudel farmers to continue supporting us, and I think that's a key element that I didn't necessarily understand. And can you explain what you mean by that?
yeah, so like the strudel is producing strudel for everyone who's on the LP.
Yep.
And when you get the strudels, you have a decision, right? You can either hold the strudels, sell them for Ethereum, or you can for with that Ethereum you can do whatever you want. But if you conceptualize the yield as like a subsidy for producing the liquidity, uh, what you want is to help sustain the peg, right? So if the farm is buying strudel is buying strudel Bitcoin with the yields, it is going to be easier to sustain the peg long term. And like basically, I think that the reason that people haven't is because on DeFi and our space, there's little culture about like holding Bitcoin. I think people should be a bit more keen on like buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin with your profits because all right, you did like 100x on NCAT, right? What do you do next? Do you like get stable coins? I mean, yeah, sure, get there, right? But
By the
what's
way,
better than that?
I have to say this on Uncat. One, I still hold a lot of it. Two, it was the first DAO on Binance Smart Chain.
It is
The first one.
nice.
Like no one fucking talked about that. It's the first DAO. It's a stupid ass meme coin. It's a cat. It's the Doge equivalent on Binance Smart Chain. It's a cat, but it is a DAO. It's the first active DAO on Binance Smart Chain. Nobody's talking about it.
It's got a life, man. They just have to make like a hedge fund and make money on something.
I'm sure they will. I mean, I'm tied in with these guys, and there's plenty of stuff coming, and the things are gonna rip. But I know people got caught up in the euphoria and just went bananas on it, and that's
Yeah.
a bad like look. That is a hell of a candle, guys. Like whenever you see some shit like that, like that's
People got rich on that kind of.
yeah, that's 600% in a day. Like I appreciate you guys supporting my position by buying that. I have a lot too, Tom. Okay. I just wasn't shilling like he was. I would not advise you buy there. Down here, maybe. Right? Like there's a lot of stuff in the works. In fact, I think we might have. Did we announce it today? Was it announced today? Yeah. So we're partnering with Polaris DeFi. We're going to do a farm, an NCAT farm on
Nice.
Polaris DeFi, which is pretty cool. And there's a couple other things like that too, like trying to make it completely out of our hands before long. Abel Tom, I didn't buy. He told me so early. That's why I'm poor. Well,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
you guys all knew about it. You even helped, Carlos. The fuck are you doing? You got no
Yeah,
excuse.
I read it. Yeah, I'm just I really haven't been moving much other than like some couple of trades every so often, but I'm not
Yeah, I know what you
really
mean.
buying like that market cap anymore. I guess I need to because it's
Yeah.
fun as fuck.
I don't even know what the market cap is, to be honest with you. Jaspo asked about it. Although I will say this: do you see that? Like they're giving away a Lambo, and Cat's giving away a Lambo.
What?
Yeah,
Who?
yeah, they're giving away a Lamborghini, an NCAT Lamborghini.
Or a holder, like a random holder.
Yeah, you gotta. I think you have to. You have to have 250 billion NCAT, which is like $1,500. Like it's not a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could win. It's either like $350,000 Lambo Hurricane or just the money. Like even myself, I would just take the money.
Right.
But yeah,
I
dude.
would take the Lambo for a picture.
What I said was we should make it be wrapped in NCAT logo.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Jaspo, that's wrong, man. Jaspo said I'm scared to buy BSC coins. So many of them are rugs. If you are buying Binance Smart Chain tokens that are rugs, you're looking at the wrong ones. Now, I very publicly talked about me getting rugged on MCAT. That was my one rug that I've ever had happen on Binance Smart Chain. I've been on there longer than probably anyone you know. I've been on Binance Smart Chain
Yeah, that
since,
is just your.
yeah. You just got to know how to look, man. You got to know the right people. You got to know the right places. And Tom, what are you doing? I'm deleting your message, Tom, because that looked ridiculous. You just got to know where to look. So it's out there. Go to BSC Gems. It's a Telegram group. It's fine. And Gemcatcher knows stuff too. But no, Binance Smart Chain's fire. It still is. And by the way, BNB did a 2x in the last like 20 days.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
And
need to get into BSC place. Does the nerd roadmap still consider the ETH to BSC bridge? That's a question for you, my friend, not me.
um, yeah, I mean, we're actually playing with something that Andrea made on Phantom that's called multi-chain XYZ, and that is like a place where you can post a token and it becomes basically available in all chains somehow. I'm not sure how it works really yet, but we're trying that for Strudel, and if we are successful, we're probably gonna do that for Nerd soon too.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
By the way, last thing, because I'm losing steam fast here. We got a long day tomorrow, so I don't want to go too late tonight. Although, if anybody wants to say anything or has any requests or questions, put them in the chat because I'm going to close this thing down in like 10 minutes because I'm tired. You guys did an announcement about it, Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, we're putting the finishing touches on it. We tested the bridge on Monday, but we had to tune something with the yield rate for Strudel. But it should be available on Thursday. But don't hold me to that because I will deny it. I will say I was under the influence of things.
No worries. No worries. I mean, you guys already announced it a while ago. I saw the announcement channel, so it's not like that's breaking news per se. But, we'll see. This week sometime. Won't hold you to it.
Yeah, this week.
What's
We'll
going to
try.
be VBCH?
BVCH, yes.
Nice.
And it's going to have a yield farm on the Terra farm. So if you guys have been holding BCH for the longest time, you can burn it.
Quite
and
frankly,
have a yield farm.
that was the funniest part about the initial discussion. What is the actual purpose of Bitcoin Cash? And you finally given it one to be burned and ported over to Ethereum. That's what the purpose of Bitcoin
But
Cash
you know
is.
what? I find it like very useful to have this service that's like doing the opposite of forking other chains that are just like value, like pure value, right?
Yeah.
So, and the thing is that even from a conservationist standpoint, why secure so many chains when you could just strudel them into Ethereum and just forget about the original chains?
I don't think the people who are on those chains necessarily agree with you.
The miners don't, but they would still have all the value.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Fair enough. Tom says some guys beat you on VETH, but like, what
Yeah,
would
that
you
would
be doing with that?
burning Ethereum and turning it into like a ERC20. No,
Why?
no, just
Like,
don't. No,
that's
don't.
stupid.
Yeah, it is.
We're going down a
That's
rabbit hole that does not need to be explored if when we do shit
yes,
like that, right?
yes. We just want to do this to like because Bitcoin and their forks have this property of being like only a collateral,
Yeah.
and that's like okay. But if you're using Ethereum for fees, then I mean, there's no point.
Right. Right. That just becomes redundant and stupid.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Well, I'm glad you're back, man. We were both just kind of bored hanging out, so we got another
Yeah.
one in. Good to be talking again. There's a bunch of projects and things that I want to ask you about on air, but I didn't want to do tonight because I didn't want to be up till 2 a.m.
Right.
So it's going to be fun. But yeah, tomorrow, everybody, any help you can offer, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Actually, fuck, we're in at the same time. Central Daylight Time is technically what it is right now. CT, Central Time. We're going to have one of our best shows to date. I can guarantee you already. So if you guys can, please tune in tomorrow. Tell your friends. Tell your cousins. I mean, Carlos already told Javier he's coming. Right? You know,
Yeah, 100%.
for at least a minute until he does a drive-by shot of a question and then leaves like he did tonight.
Yeah. He's
But
missing Miami, man.
he said he's going to be there like next week.
No, he's until next week.
Until next week.
Yeah.
That sucks. Well, Kim.com don't. Yeah. Okay, Tom. All right, Reese GW, thank you for following. I appreciate you guys all popping in. Carlos, any signing off goat noises you want to get out of your system so you don't do them tomorrow when it counts?
No, I won't. Just stay tuned for nerd updates. We're gonna have an NFT auction probably soon. Oh,
All right, hold
I
on.
sent it to you on your.
I know you did. I got to figure out how to. You're always making me do shit live on the air.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's not as easy as you might think. We're going to bot the stack stream. You will hit 10,000 viewers tomorrow, sir. Thank you, Green Lantern. I appreciate that. That would be very nice. Let's see. Desktop, crypto related. Okay. I put it in. Now I'm going to add media source, add source. This better not be like some porn or something that you sent me.
It's definitely not porn.
All right.
Although that would be funny.
And the stream's over before it started. That's awesome.
No, we're gonna use the other thing.
Yeah, but I mean, just wait for it. That's the top, and then it goes to the bottom.
Oh my god.
Are you hearing the audio? It's got audio.
No, I don't have the audio on. Well, actually,
you can hear the dolphin. It's like going.
I think it is playing, but I don't think anybody can hear it except for you and me.
Oh.
You're getting sandwiched. Plus 10,000 viewers, minus 10,001 viewers in 2 seconds. Awesome.
So this is like a feeding frenzy, right? So it's like they got the fish in the middle, and it's a bunch of sharks and a bunch of dolphins just eating away at the fish. And this is in like the middle of the Galapagos Islands. People are snorkeling.
Were you here?
My uncle was here. He says that it was like the craziest moment in his life because it's like all so close. Look at that shark.
Bro, what? Look at the bird! Oh! Coming in out of right field, that bird's coming in hot. That was fucking awesome. Look at that, those are fucking birds.
Yeah, and the shark just eating and the fish right in front of you. And there's a huge sea lion around. Do you see sea lions? It's enormous.
I thought I saw something that I was like, that is not a...
It is a huge sea lion.
Oh my God. That was awesome.
Wasn't it? Yeah, so we're doing...
There it is. There it is. Sea lion. Holy shit.
And he's big.
All right. Well, Carlos is going to auction that off as an NFT. I just want a GIF of the fucking bird just coming in YOLO, bam, because it is the perfect metaphor for degen leverage traders. Okay, like literally, it's like bam, I'm coming in. The only thing that would make it better is if when he went into the water and he got a fish, immediately he was eaten by a shark. If that were ever captured on video, I'd pay a lot of money for it. And then anytime somebody said something fucking stupid, like using 100x leverage, I would just send that, just firing at him. Like, this is you thinking you see an easy meal. And these are market makers sitting right behind your ass, okay? Like, it is the perfect metaphor.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we are going to actually do like the full length video as a one of one, and we want to get like the coolest gifts as like open editions that you can just buy.
Wow, that was pretty sick, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome. Dogecoin, I'm happy that you jumped in, man. First off, cool name. You guys had a day today. And I appreciate you following. You literally joined the stream, followed right away. You're the kind of people I like. I got some bad news for you. We're signing off right now. So this was, you watch the replay, some good stuff on there. And more importantly, tomorrow, we will be on at 1:00 with a very, very cool stream with the guys from Land Matau, Carlos, and Adrian Woodward from the Crypto World Adventures. So that said, Carlos, good talking to you, man. Thanks for coming back and not getting eaten by a feeding frenzy like that whole thing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, man.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Cheers.